नाजरीन हम एक और लाइव में हैं, लाइव अपडेट दे रहे हैं आपको about this event, about this one-day seminar which is based on World Water Day and the theme is glacier preservation. हमने देखा हमारे यहाँ कश्मीर में रिपोर्ट्स में we saw it कि how springs are drying up, how it is concern for us glacier का deplete होना धीरे धीरे. बहरहाल इसी बारे में इस चीज़ को इन डेप्थ जानने के लिए हम बात करेंगे डॉक्टर तारिक अब्दुल्ला से, जो कि असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर है IUST में डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ प्लानिंग एंड जियोमेटिक्स के अंदर. डॉक्टर तारिक अब्दुल्ला, थैंक यू फॉर जॉइनिंग अस.
Thank you very much.
डॉक्टर अब्दुल्ला, वी सॉ रिपोर्ट्स, वी हैव विटनेस्ड एंड वी हैव सीन हाउ स्प्रिंग्स आर ड्राइंग अप. हाउ इज दिस लिंक्ड टू ग्लेशियर डिप्लीशन?
Okay. So basically, if we look at the hydrological regime of this very particular region, we have the stream flows or the waters. It comes around 65% of the waters. It comes from the snow and glaciers, and it is quite obvious when we have decline in these resources, that is snow and glaciers. We have definitely decline of these drying up of these springs, and I will say that the declining glaciers or the snow cover is directly related with the declining. These springs are drying up of these springs.
There are depleting groundwater levels as well as bore wells are drying up. Is the region on the brink of a growing water crisis?
I would not say as of now that we are at the brink of water crisis, but some of our studies, it shows that by the end of 2050 we may have some shortage of water. As of now, it is a managemental issue or the water infrastructural issue that we are seeing, that we are feeling that we have this crisis of water crisis even over this region. And of course, as I said earlier, these declining glaciers and we are receiving less snowfall over last several years, so it has definitely affected these springs and the deep bore wells, and these declining glaciers are basically affecting these springs and the bore wells, and we are observing that some of these bore wells or these springs are drying up in response to the glacier recession or the glacier thinning that is taking place in this region.
Dr. Abdullah, in your presentation that I just saw, your topic was based on melting Himalayan cryosphere. You discussed about Pir Panjal range, you discussed about Karakoram, you discussed about Kolahai. Can you please inform or state the data to our audience? How is it impacting?
Okay. So basically, we don't have a uniform recession that is being observed over this region. So we have different topographies, different climatic regimes in Jammu, Kashmir, and Ladakh, Himalaya. For example, if we look at the Himalaya, we have mountains that are at lower altitude compared to the mountains in Greater Himalaya, then in Ladakh, Zanskar Himalaya, and then in the Karakoram Himalaya. The Karakoram Himalaya has the highest altitude, and the temperatures in Karakoram Himalaya that are quite low, very low. These temperatures are very low. If we look at the temperatures during the winter, that's from April to November. So the temperatures in Karakoram are around minus 18 degrees. So it is basically these temperatures that basically sustain the glaciers in Karakoram region. And at the same time, the rising temperatures or the increased temperatures in Greater Himalaya and the Pir Panjal region, it is basically responsible for these accelerated melting that is taking place at the in Karakoram and the Greater Himalaya region. If you look at the statistics, so currently if we look at the cumulative mass loss that is happening in Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh, Himalaya, so we have around 5.8 gigatons of ice mass that we lose each and every year in Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh, Himalaya. And of course, it is lower in Karakoram region, but it is more or less similar in Greater Himalaya and the Pir Panjal region. And the reasons are obvious. It is climate change, and there are some other reasons like deposition of black carbon on these glaciers, particularly on the Pir Panjal side. So that basically has enhanced, besides the climate change, that has basically enhanced the recession of these glaciers.
Dr. Abdullah, as an academician, and also giving your background that you're from, definitely you're on the field. You have to see and witness things live. Can you make us explain, are the scientific monitoring enough, the current scientific monitoring enough so that better policies can be made?
So if we look at the entire Himalaya region, so it is very unfortunate. We don't have much of the observations that are taking place at these glaciers. If in the entire Himalayan region, we have around 55,000 glaciers, but we have only around 20 to 25 glaciers that are being measured in the field, that are being monitored in the field. And in the Indian Himalayan region, we have around 10 to 15 glaciers that are being monitored in the field in the entire Indian Himalayan region. And half of those glaciers are being monitored by Center of Excellence for Glacial Studies at University of Kashmir, and we at IUST are jointly monitoring some of these glaciers. So in Jammu and Kashmir, we are more or less good with the observations, with the monitoring of these glaciers. And of course, I would say it is not enough to draw very robust inferences about the dynamics of these glaciers. And definitely we need to enhance the monitoring of these very particular glaciers.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
कश्मीर लाइफ से मज़ीद जानकारी के लिए जुड़े रहे कश्मीर लाइफ के साथ.